Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review. I'm here today to talk about Black History Month, the month that is a celebration of my people, because I am a black man and everything. And it's about all our accomplishments, all the oppression that we have gone through over like centuries of living in like America and stuff like that. So I'm here today to talk to you about So Weird, Season 1, Episode 12, Lost. Lost is a very touching, very compassionate, very emotional episode, and it's one of their all-time best episodes. The performances in here are phenomenal. It's a very unique story. If you're unfamiliar with So Weird, it was Disney Channel's attempt to make a what was that show called? The X-Files. It was the attempt to make like the X-Files and like the Twilight Zone type thing. And this came out back in like 1999. This is back when Disney was very different before they went that like Hannah Montana, Lizzie McGuire route. And so this episode stars a lot of famous people. Candace Churchill, Dionne Warwick, and Carla Pratt. Carla Pratt has come a very long way since the days of like Barney and stuff like that. I remember she guest starred on like, what's that show? Lizzie McGuire in one episode. And I remember her because of her distinct voice. And I also remember her because she was black on that show. And the show had very few black people. It only had like one, two, three, four. It only had like four black people on there, and they kept coming in sporadically and doing different seasons and stuff. Back when the show didn't really have that many. And so, like, of course, everybody remembers her from the Proud Family and also remembers her from 101 and Call Me Cat and stuff like that. And as for Dionne Warwick, I remember her from like, those psychic hotline things late at night and those info commercials. Man, that's some old school mess back then. Back in the 90s, like if you're young and you didn't know this stuff, back in like the 90s, if you stay up really late at night and like to probably like 12 or 1 in the morning, you would get info commercials. And those would be like the only thing on like TV at that time. And they were so annoying. I used to hate that crap. And so with this episode, like I said before, it's a very unique episode. Basically, it deals with the earlier days of like the internet, the ethernet, and like a girl or a woman, I should say, in a coma. She's about 24 years old or so. And so this episode, Fee and her people, they are like, having car trouble. So Fee is like on the internet and she gets a very strange message from a girl saying like help. Her name is Kamala. And so like earlier in the episode, we see this woman in a coma. And the whole thing about a coma, they say like, are you aware of your surroundings? Do you know people are looking at you, talking to you? Stuff like that. Like, what do people really know when they are in a coma? It's little sparks of electricity in your brain keeping you alive long enough for the doctor to keep you on life support and with the heartbeat and stuff. So while this is going on, some guy is installing the Ethernet to all the computers in the hospital. And it's like a circuit and it connects to a machine that's connected to the brain activity of Kamala, the grown woman in the hospital bed. Somehow, all those wires crossing into her brain causes her to somehow jack into like the internet and is able to talk to Fiona. And so, like, basically, you will see a younger version played by Carla Pratt, where she is a younger version of Kamala in this kind of like ghost town and everything when nobody else is around. It's just buildings everywhere and it's distorted. I like the little blue filter they had to show that she is in a different like state of mind. Basically what it is she is trapped inside her own mind and she cannot get home. So basically As a little girl, she is frightened because she can't find her way back to, like, I guess, like her subconscious mind or something like that. So it's really empowering to see Carla Pratt play this really scared, hopeless little girl who's, like, shivering and scared and want to cry and everything. It's a very good performance she gives, and even to the point where her character gets tired and passes out, like on the street in the sidewalks and stuff, because she's tired and she's in a coma, and all she wants to do is find her way home. The problem is she forgot how. And what makes it even worse is that in her mind, she's remembering the town the way it used to look back when she was a kid. It has now changed. We've all seen that before. Stores that are renamed stuff, buildings that are no longer there, things getting completely restructured. It's funny how you go back in your memories and you remember how things used to be. And I like that touch in the episode. So after getting this message, she tells her mom. Her mom doesn't believe her, but she wants to go to where this woman is at in the hospital. So she goes to the woman's house, and there is her mother and aunt. They go to the hospital, and Fiona sees that she's in the hospital. She also sees some exposed wires from the Ethernet in that machine she's hooked up to, and she puts two and two together. With the faith of God and everything, the mother just believes Fiona, as crazy as she sounds. So what they do is a rescue mission. Basically, since Fiona is able to communicate via, like, internet and computer, she types to the girl. So does, like, the aunt and stuff like that. Whereas Clue and Jack, they go to wherever the girl is at, because her mom realized with the movie theater she's at in the movie that's playing, it had to have been 14 years ago, back when, or no, actually not 14 years ago, like a little bit longer than that. Maybe the woman's in her 30s. Heck, I don't know. But she's been in a coma for 14 years. And so, like, basically Clue and, like, Jack are running around town with a map and, on a cell phone. They're all like, okay, we're here, tell her to go this direction, this street, and she can get back home. It is surprising that Jack is going along with this. We don't hear no skepticism from him, but just something you normally hear, because he doesn't believe in the paranormal. But for whatever reason, he's just going along with this. Everything is going good until they get into a roadblock. Basically, there's a giant building in Kamala's mind where there should be, like, a crosswalk and everything. The building got tore down just a few years ago, but she don't know that. So with that being in her way, she starts to give up because she panics. You know how it is when there's something in your way and you panic and you get tired and you just want to give up and everything. But her aunt gets on the computer, who's played by Dionne Warwick, and tell her, you have to keep, like, fighting. You have to keep, like, going to find your home because we miss you and all this other stuff. So she, goes to her home. She goes around, like, the building to wherever street they tell her to go to. And then as soon as Jack and Clue get to her home, in her mind, it's taking her a little bit longer to get there. She's getting tired. She's getting frustrated. She's growing weak and everything like that. And so it's a really scary moment because we're expecting her to be at the house and we don't see her there. Then after a few seconds have passed, we see her coming around the corner, walking like, like a little kid would, like kind of tired and everything like that. And she goes up to her home, goes inside, and you see like a flash of light. And then all of a sudden, the woman in the hospital bed wakes up. She has finally returned home. And it's a really touching moment with, like, everybody wanting to cry and everything. And it's just one of those moments, and really special how different Disney used to be back in those days before they went the Hannah Montana route. Happy Black History Month, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Bye.